Hello, hope you're doing fine. This is my seventh or eighth attempt to record this video. Every time something's happening, I recorded an entire 40 minutes video and then I realized that in between the recording stopped. So, yeah, we're starting it again. In the last video, we discussed about abundance. In this video, also we are continuing the same topic. But after this topic will end here. Hmm. There is nothing more to discuss about abundance. Hmm. All you need to know is that abundance is within, and you can earn money, you can become financially stable by pursuing sadhana. Hmm. Money is power, and power will not be given to you unless you become wise. Because what are you going to do with power then? Hmm. Those who follow sadhana, hmm, they start to receive all sorts of gains later on in life. Not just material gains, but also peace and harmony within. Hmm. But those who are blindly running after samsara, at the end, they have to realize that they wasted their life in gathering assets that do not help in old age. Hmm? The only thing that's going to help you in old age is the peace you feel within, because no one else is going to have that time to give you attention, to be around you all the time, right? So, now talking about the Grihastha ashram. Hmm. A lot of help is available on internet. You can read about it. But majorly, what you need to understand is that emotions are uncharted territory, at least for men. Hmm. Women already understand emotions. Women are more emotional and we are prone to emotional outbursts due to hormonal changes as well. Hmm. But women somehow contain the emotion, because they have womb. They have the womb energy, hmm, which men do not have. So, when a man pursues sadhana, when he actively becomes a sadhaka, what is actually happening is within him a hollow space is being created, hmm, so that energy can reside within. Hmm. So that in that hollow space he can transmute dark energy into light energy. Hmm. Now, this is the purpose of marriages, where women help men in navigating through emotions, hmm, and men help women in understanding the logical aspect of samsara, hmm, in protecting them and in providing for them. That's the collaboration between a masculine and a feminine. Hmm. So, when you are with a partner who is like a safe container, I'm saying this for men. What happens is, because she is a woman and she can easily transmute the energy, so whatever energy you give to her, she will transmute it and she will give back to you the light energy. Huh? Are you getting it? So, here, this energy transference is happening ethically with consent. Hmm. So, this is not siphoning of energy, huh? But what's actually happening in samsara is people are fighting over life force. Hmm. Women and men both are striving not to feel, huh? Striving to block the energies within. Hmm. So none of them know how to transmute energy. But what starts to happen then? Because one partner has blocked the energy and the other partner is now bearing the responsibility to supply energy for the both of them. Huh? So now, because men do not want to lose their stoic frame, they can't react, they cannot shout and scream and appear out of control. So, what they actually do is they make the woman react. Huh? So, they are pushing her towards borderline personality traits, reactive aggression, hmm, and they justify this behavior of theirs by saying that if she does not react this way, that means she doesn't love me. So, if someone is toxic, that means they love you. Hmm? All right, I see where this is going. But what actually happens is when the woman reacts because a man is forcing her to react, she doesn't know that she is being manipulated into being reactive. Hmm? So the man sees her reactions and thinks, oh, she loves me. Huh? So now he has extracted the energy of love and he has filled his spine with that energy. Hmm. So this is what's happening, and that's why people require 4, 5, 6, 7 partners, and none of them are aware that they are everyone is thinking that we are exclusive. Uh-huh. This is known as siphoning someone else's life force. So when you do not have your own life force running through within you, you will steal from others. Hmm? Now instead of this, what should happen is you should willingly face your own emotions. You should react in a reasonable manner, hmm, in a controlled manner. Hmm. But it's very difficult to do so because you are flowing with rage, you are flowing with possessiveness, with jealousy, and all sorts of dark energies. And you don't have a womb to transmute those dark energies into light energies. Hmm. So sadhana is actually difficult for a man. Hmm. bhakti and meditation are natural to women. Hmm? And it's only because of how women are built, physical structure. It has nothing to do with anyone's competence. No, it's not about competence. Okay, let us see this way. You've heard the name of Bhagwan, Raman Maharishi. You know Swami Vivekananda. You know Ramakrishna Paramhansa. You know so many ascended masters, Gautam Buddha. Hmm? How many women do you know? Hmm. There is one, Sarada Devi. She is Ramakrishna Paramhamsa's wife. Then there is Anandamayi Ma. Hmm. Then there is Sant Rabia. Hmm. Mirabai. There aren't a lot of women. Huh? The list of women is really small who became enlightened. Hmm? Also, when a woman becomes enlightened, she does not receive as much glory as it is warranted to a man who becomes self realized. Hmm. Why? Because sadhana is more difficult for men, and that's why they reap greater rewards in comparison to women. Hmm. So, universe is fair, existence is just. Hmm. If you pursue sadhana, you are not at any disadvantage because when the journey is completed, you receive a lot of benefits also. Hmm. Women think that they are being suppressed, huh? Because let us talk about Viveka Chudamani. Huh? So, in the starting few stanzas and verses, you will find out that Shankara is saying that being born as a man is a privilege. Hmm? And he is not talking about women at all. So, if a woman reads this, she will be triggered. What do you mean? I am less than a man? Hmm. So, there is actually no comparison between a man and a woman. There is no need for a war of sexes to exist. It is coming from the West. Uh, why is Shankara talking this way? Because in order to understand Brahman, mm, in order to understand Brahman, intellect is required, which is logic. You require at least some sort of understanding of Brahman, and logic is most of the times missing from women. Hmm. So now he is looking at the biological build and the struggles of a woman and a man, and thus concluding that being born as a man is a privilege, and you must not let this birth go into vain. Hmm. But at the same time, Maharshi has never said anything of this sort. Maharshi, in fact, what happened once was, see, this is Arunachala, right? And in front of Arunachala there is Ramanashram. At the back of Arunachala there is entire marketplace and residential areas. So at that time, a young woman used to travel from behind Arunachala to Ramanashram, climbing entire Arunachala. Huh. And she used to come to Ramanashram around 5 a.m. So she must start at 3 a.m. from her house. Huh. So now what happened was, someday someone asked her, she was standing in front of Bhagwan, someone asked her, another woman asked her, how can you come to ashram this early in the morning? Do you not feel scared? What if something happened to you? And before she could say anything, Bhagwan intervened. Bhagwan said, why are you talking to her like that? What is there to fear? Am I not with her all the time? Hmm. So, this is the same woman who saw, while she was coming to ashram one day, she got lost. And then she saw a blue light that guided her to the ashram around 4 a.m. in the morning. And then she shared it with few people. See? So there are siddhas, hmm, and who are helping women. And Maharshi has so many times stood up for women. Hmm. Maharshi has the power to give you logic. Hmm. Shankara did not have that power. Hmm. Thus, he is saying that a logical mind is required. But Maharshi, what he does is, if you are a man and you are interested in Jnana Bhakti, Jnana Yoga, the path of wisdom, you want to walk that path, fine, walk down the path. Once you have attained enough wisdom, a soft heart will be given to you, the heart of a woman, so that now you can experience what bhakti is, so that from Jnana Bhakti you can enter Prema Bhakti. And for women, if you are walking down the path of devotion, surrender, huh? Once you have surrendered completely and you have lost the mind, by mind we say ego, you have lost individuality in your Lord, and intellect will be given to you. But if you all get triggered so easily, if you keep on believing the narrative that men and women are against each other, you will never become a whole, complete individual. The idea for all of us is to become so independent that we do not have to depend on others. A man should not be dependent upon a woman, even for emotions. And a woman should not be dependent upon a man, even for logic. You see? Because when people come together in unions, because they need something from each other, that is not a true union. That is codependency. there is no love in such a connection. But when you are completely independent, you have logic, you have devotion, you have faith. uh, Only then can you love someone unconditionally, because you're not expecting anything in return. You have everything. Now, what can you take from others? Such an individual is not a beggar. Otherwise, in codependent relationships, both are beggars. Hmm. So, when you are sitting in the lap of Arunachala, you do not have to fear, you do not have to worry what I have, what I do not have. Hmm. Start experiencing emotions without reacting. Hmm. The more energy you have within, the more energy you will be able to command in samsara. So Maharshi was full of energy, divine energy, higher power. Hmm. And that's why he could command the entire world. People from all over the world came to see him, to learn from him. Are you getting it? Now, those who do not have enough energy, what's happening with them is they are fighting with their own partner. They are destroying each other. They are destroying the lives of their children. Huh? Because they are trying to overpower each other. No one is focused on learning. Hmm. Are you getting it? The Grihast ashram actually helps you. Hmm. Have you seen that meme? I think you wouldn't have, but let me still share it with you. It's a story, just an image where a child remembers that when I was young, so now this child is grown up, but he's remembering his childhood. When I was young, once what happened was mother and father had an argument, and we used to live in a very small house. And father could go to his office or workplace, but mother had nowhere else to go in order to have some space. So, if mother is upset, she would sit in the cupboard. She, there was this cupboard, and clothes would be hanging, and then she would sit underneath those clothes like this for hours, because she would be so mad. Huh. So once what happened was she got upset and she sat inside the cupboard for at least 3 to 4 hours. And when she came out, she was so happy, and she was singing songs and everything was fine with her mood. And the husband had no idea what happened. Like, how is she happy? Okay, fine, something might have happened. She's a strange woman. Who knows? So now he had to get ready. He had to leave for the office. So he took out clothes. He got ready, arrived at office, and suddenly realized something's wrong with his clothes. He suddenly realized that something's wrong. His clothes feel a little loose than usual. Then he didn't pay much attention to it. After a while, he started rubbing himself like this. What's going on with my clothes? And he saw threads are coming out of his clothes. Huh. So what she did was, this lady was a seamstress. She used to stitch her own clothes, her own gowns. She was very good with thread work. So when she went inside, she had a scissor, and she sat inside and she She removed all the stitching from his clothes. So after a while, this husband, he realized what she has done, and he saw that his clothes are now tearing apart. So he ran from the office. He ran from the office and he came back and he was like, "What have you done? Look at my clothes. They are falling apart. Have you done something? What have you done?" And she started laughing and she said, "What have you done to my life?" So this is the kind of meme. Like it just stayed in my mind. That's innovative, right? Mhm. So Grihast Ashram actually helps you in fighting these emotions. Ah. And it's helpful when you have a trustworthy partner. Hmm? When you are aware that their intentions are not malicious. Hmm. Now, another thing is that Grihasthashram actually helps you in controlling your carnal desires. Hmm. How does it do that? It actually pushes you towards devotion. Hmm. Even the physical relationship between husband and wife, it becomes really pure because now when the energy is not blocked, hmm, when both of the partner they have trust that I can share my emotions, women also has this trust, and the husband is also trusting of the woman. He knows that if I show emotions I wouldn't be considered as weak. Hmm. So what happens is energy can flow uninterruptedly. Hmm. When the energy is flowing uninterruptedly, the sex turns into tantra. Mm. And kundalini rises up and the energy releases from crown. Otherwise what happens is energy is releasing from the lower chakras. Mm. When it is releasing from the lower chakras, you are going further into mm, lust and sexual misconduct. Mm. So when energy is rising up within you, what happens is you actually have outer body experiences. Mm. So the woman actually, it happens first with the woman. She experiences her emotional body. Huh. When she experiences her emotional body, she realizes that she is not this body. Mm. So her delusion, the final delusion of being the body and the mind, gets completely shaken up. She realizes that she is not this body. She realizes that she is Brahman. Ah, and the same thing happens with the man later on, after some time. Hmm. This is the purpose of Grahasthashram. Ah, but just because you are married doesn't mean you are following the rules and principles of Grahasthashram. Hmm. Okay. Another thing about Grahasthashram is when the partners are not fighting with each other, what actually happens is they are in a position to give something to samsara. So now they have a purpose. Hmm? Now they can help other individuals together. So you may have seen many couples who are working together as a team and helping samsara. Hmm. Okay, because we don't have much time and a lot of topics are to be covered. So I'm jumping on to Karma Yoga. So now, Karma Yoga. Whether you are a student or you have a job or you are married, or you are in old age, hmm, you are a karma yogi. Hmm. You have to fulfill your responsibilities, your duties. Hmm. But once you master karma yoga, you will be transferred to jnana yoga or to prema bhakti, whatever is suitable to your temperament. So currently, I see people who are worried that they have to work a 9 to 5 job. Every day they are waking up at the same time and going to the office, working for 9 to 10 hours, then coming back home. They do not even have time for themselves. Ah, understand this, that you are not doing all this in vain. It has a deeper purpose. Hmm. You have to make the shift. You have to gain knowledge. You have to become wise so that you can leave behind Karma Yoga. Hmm. Because the one who is following the path of self inquiry, Jnana Bhakti, is not expected to fulfill his other duties, worldly duties. If you want to fulfill, you are free to do so. If you are completely focused on sadhana, even that is fine. Because self inquiry, huh? When you pursue self inquiry, universe changes your status. Hmm. So everything in this universe has a frequency. You start to touch the frequency of self inquiry. Huh? So now you are investigating within yourself. Now you have become a researcher. You are researching. You are looking for Brahman. Huh? So when you are a researcher, you will be provided with additional resources. Just like here in Samsara, we have JRF. When you become a researcher, hmm, you receive stipend, you receive bonus, and all sorts of things from institutions and organizations. Similarly, when you pursue self inquiry, every time you sit for self inquiry, you are touching the frequency, and masters are being alerted. So, resources will be given to you, and they are being given to you because you have qualified for it. That's how you increase your energy quota. So currently, all of us have our own individual energy pool. That's why you see some people are more lively than others. Some people are dull. Some people are too cheerful. Some people are very controlled. Why is it happening? Because, see, energy will not be given to you from outside. Energy will not be given to you from outside. It is being given to you from inside. Even now, you have the force of Hridaya, force of Brahman. But you do not have access to it because there are obstacles. Now, even these obstacles are being placed in a very strategic form so that you do not have the access to Brahman. Your Purusharth is being tested. No matter if you are a man or a woman, your courage is being tested. Now, When you are able to remove these obstacles, you gain more and more life force. Hmm. And this process has already occurred in the self realized being. So, till the time your energy quota is limited, hmm, you receive energy from the Guru. Hmm. Because Guru sees that you are determined to find your own self, to experience the Hridayam. Hmm. Now, how do we utilize this energy quota? Everyone is utilizing it in different ways. Hmm. Some people are partying, some people are gossiping, some people are entertaining themselves, some people are studying, gaining knowledge, some people are spreading love. Hmm. Everyone is doing different activities with whatever life force they have received. Hmm. So basically, whatever life force you have, if you focus it on a sattvic activity, you will be awarded with more life force. Hmm. So once it is clear that your inherent tendencies have been removed, uh, once these inherent tendencies have been removed from within you, what happens is you become eligible to carry more weight, energetic weight within you, so that you can command hmm, more energy in samsara. Hmm. Are you getting it? This is why you should never ever try to avoid emotions, because you are avoiding your own fuel. Now, Maharshi has said that success and failure are not due to willpower. Success and failure are due to prarabdha, destiny. Hmm. And thus, it is wise to remain silent at all times. If you are attempting to do something and you experience failure, it is not because your attempts were weak, it is because failure was destined. Hmm. Similarly, when you become successful, it is not because your efforts were great, it is because success was destined in that moment. Hmm. So, just a second. Yeah, what were we talking about? I don't remember. Um, Grihasashram. Hmm. So, see, when your vantage point changes, you see samsara clearly. Hmm. So, whatever lack of stability, financial stability, you see currently among youngsters, and there are people who are living under poverty. It's all happening due to the lack of love. Hmm. when there is love, you become available to greater wealth. Hmm. So, in order to bring people out of poverty, we cannot give them lectures of love. Huh? They wouldn't believe it. What is required is to first give them some stability and then to pull them towards Karma Yoga and then to invite them, hmm, to show them the path towards wisdom, Jnana Marga. uh, in order to give them resources, an ascended being is required. Hmm. A being who is abundant, uh, who freely shares his or her abundance. Hmm. In order to follow Karma Yoga, this quote of Bhagwan will be required, that success and failure are dependent upon destiny. So once you have mastered Karma Yoga, because currently people have not even mastered it, they have not even understood that they are a Karma Yogi. Hmm? So they want to be rich, they want to be wealthy, but they haven't qualified for more wealth. Hmm. Excuse me. I had to go outside and it broke my flow. This much is enough, right? My flow is completely broken. After this point, I won't be required to talk about abundance. This is the last time I'm talking about abundance. I can answer questions related to abundance every now and then, but I'm not particularly required to be talking about it. If you need anything, you can ask for it. Huh? Ask Bhagwan and you will get it. Hmm. In order to attract wisdom, hmm, and stability of all kinds, you will have to face emotions so that there is more energy within you. Hmm. So your energy quota can be increased. Hmm. Once that happens, this is known as Shaktipat. Huh? I'm giving you a different angle on Shaktipat, energy transference from Guru. Hmm. When this happens, your blockages are removed from the chakras, and once the channel is clear, then you become abundant. Hmm. Okay, take care. I'll see you in the next video, which is going to be the last video. Bye, take care.